So you want to learn Ying, is that right? In this video I'm going to be showing you guys how I play Ying, my mentality, and all the tricks that I know about playing Ying, and by the end of this video you will be just as good as me at playing Ying. I don't know how I feel about that. I am currently D2, and in D2 you play champions all the time. So to kick this off, check out this example clip of me entering as Ying, and then we're gonna break it down.
Ow, I'm watching.
Is there a mirror?
God damn it.
No mirror. Not on bathroom at least.
Can you
I'm
drown?
droning.
Sounds
Laying under the
construction.
breach, laying under the breach. Right here, soft ping. Laying under your breach. Right here, you can kill
Let me,
this guy.
I'm about a Ying.
Nightquill guy, right here. Got him. Right here.
Should I complain?
Okay. Good job.
How's Matt drop launching actually?
Where's the best jump in and kill everybody I've ever seen?
Okay, I've slowed this clip down so that we can take a closer look at what's happening, because there's a lot of stuff going through my head just based on experience that may not be obvious right away. Also, really quick, we are going to get into the details of how the Candelas actually work and how you should use them. We're gonna do that a little later on. All right, so I was gonna have the sledge open up the wall for me so that I could enter into CC, but conveniently the alibi went ahead and impacted it. Now, right here, I don't need to take a real engagement with this alibi. I have 4 Candelas now as of making this video. There's no reason as Ying to take a engagement until after all of your Candelas are used, because nothing sucks more than dying with all 4 of your Candelas or several left when you could have just blinded the person that you're trying to fight. And I know that if you're throwing a Candela at anybody, if they're any kind of smart, they're gonna try to get out of there. I immediately peeked after throwing the Candela and caught them running away. I didn't think it likely anybody to be top red, so I just peeked it. There wasn't. I pre-fired the door here in case someone's holding a cheeky close angle, and I'm not about to walk into cash blindly. So we got 3 more Candelas left. This is perfect time to use another one. The awesome part about Candelas is you don't have to put yourself in danger to actually blind somebody. Like I said, we'll get into the mechanics of it later on. Notice here how I start to peek into cash right as the Candela is going off. That's when you want to do it. You don't want to peek after the Candela has gone off, because you don't know if they were able to get cover or not. But if you peek while the Candela is going off instead of after, they'll have to peek into the Candela as well as you, so long as the Candela is close enough to you or in the line of sight. So if he peeks his head up above cover, he's going to get blinded if he tries to kill you. I'm not gonna lie, I think he caught me off guard or something. I had some kind of potato aim here, but I did a good job blinding him and I got it done. If you notice, I basically use a Candela to enter a new room. So I entered CC with a Candela and I entered cash with a Candela. I'm basically using the Candelas to inch my way into sight and take map control very aggressively. Sorry. Because my teammate is pushing in right here, I don't need to use a Candela. I can just be close enough to my teammate to refrag him, and that's what I end up doing. As far as this last kill goes, I already got a call that he was close to the breach. We're winning the round anyways. I just got aggressive and closed it out, especially since I just killed his teammate there. I assumed it would take a little bit of time for the last guy to react anyway. Okay, let's get into how the Candelas actually work. All the good stuff about it. Now you may have noticed that I am wearing a hoodie now. That's because I did not edit this all in one day. It takes a long time and a lot of hard work to edit these videos, so please like the video. Alright, so as I said before, you have 4 Candelas. I turned the HUD off just because it looks nice. You have 4 Candelas as of making this video. You can cook them up to 3 clicks. 1, 2, 3. You can see it on the Candela and also on the little HUD when we have it. When you don't cook a Candela, it will roll the longest, and it'll be, the timer will be the longest when you don't cook it. So you can adjust that, how long it takes for it to go off. That is less time. And then maximum time is cooked all the way. It will go off as soon as it hits the ground or a flat surface like this, or even like a sill like that. As soon as it hits a horizontal plane, it will go off. Now I want to talk about the really interesting rolling mechanic. This clip is a perfect example of the rolling mechanic. Click quickly for me, bro.
Bricked it. He tricked it.
Small closet. It's fine. It's close.
Yeah, you better dip, bro. So, let's say that I know that there's a guy standing right here. Maybe I got a call, or maybe we have a drone on him. And he's just holding here, maybe like close to the shotgun or something. Or maybe he's holding, maybe I don't want to peek him, he's holding an angle on me. The Candelas will go in the direction that they hit the floor in. When they hit the floor, whatever trajectory that is, that's what they will climb around things and keep going. So watch this. See how it literally hit the wall and climbed around and went around it like that? That is how the Candelas work once they hit the floor. Whatever trajectory they're going in, they will keep going that way. Okay, let me show you another instance of the rolling straight forward. So literally, it almost went in this room just from me throwing it like this. And if I got a little closer, I bet I could get it in there. Yeah. All without having to expose yourself. So you're perfectly safe behind this wall, and you just blinded the guy in janitor. You can't do that with a grenade. You can't do that with a flashbang. You can only do that with Ying. It's pretty special. Here's where it gets really interesting in my opinion. The Candela does not go in the direction that you throw it in. It goes in the direction that it is still going when it hits the ground. Okay, perfect example is I will throw the Candela at this wall right here, but it will not travel. It will not continue to travel that way. Instead, it will go, oh, I'm dumb, I cooked it. Instead, it will go the direction that it hit the ground in. So this makes for super interesting ways of playing Ying. It does make it a skill-based operator. A lot of people say, oh, you just throw the Candelas in and blind people. It's not skill-based. That's just not true at all. Anyone that tells you that has not played very much Ying. They just sit back and watch other people play it. Oh, it's easy. It's really not all that easy. Especially not for new players, because what you'll do, here's what'll happen. You'll use your Candelas and you'll be like, throw it, blind, think that you blind someone, full sprint in, and they're not blind and you get clapped. Or even just walk in and you think they're blind and they're not. It does take practice and skill to get good with this operator, but once you do, in my opinion, she is the best solo queue operator, hands down. Because she has smokes as well, and the hard breach. That combo, since she has 4 Candelas now, she can burn all the ADSs. So she can burn 3 ADSs and still have 3 Candelas left because she has 6 throwables. She's underrated in my opinion. There we go. Here's a good one. Oh, but let's see. So I'll throw it here and it'll go off the chair. It'll roll around. So look at that. See? Super weird. It like rolled down the chair and when it hit the floor somehow it's going back the other way. Now I wonder if you bounce it off 2 things like here or there, will it roll back the other way? Yeah. So I bounced it off of here, and then it bounced off of here and hit this flat surface and rolled that way. The craziest part is we're still not done with how Candelas operate. No, sir. Okay, so remember us cooking the Candelas. When you throw it, it's a timed deal. The longer you cook it, the faster it goes off when you're done. Well, we can also put Candelas on any soft wall, floor, or barricade. And the timer works the same way. You walk up to it, and when you get close, her hand will turn around like this, showing that you can now put it on something soft. Put it like this, and you can instantly put it on there. And now it has a timer. And then it goes off. So for example, let's say that there's a guy in this room here, and you know he's in there. You could go like this. And blind him as it's going off. Or kill him as he's being blinded. In my opinion, one of the coolest things you could do is to blind somebody through the floor. I mean, you could even do this for your teammates. Finka, when she does her adrenal surge, she becomes unblinded from Ying and flashbangs and other things as well. What you could do is if you have a Finka trying to push into a room, you could literally set this down and be like, okay, they're blind, push in.
He's gonna rotate. He's gonna rotate.
Okay. Tell you what, take the diffuser, take the diffuser. I'm gonna flash from above. I'm gonna flash from above, okay?
He's in.
Where?
He's in B. He's in B. He's
Okay. Harry, walk down to B.
Alright, good.
Last
Good,
time I
good.
rotate.
Last thing he rotate.
Yes! Go, baby.
Pretty cool. The fact that she can be her own hard breach makes her just such a versatile operator. I love Ying for Clubhouse because I put the breach charges on dirt all the time to get in there. I put the breach charges on the roof hatches. I put them on construction wall sometimes. There's just so many applications for a good solo pushing operator with a hard breach. When you have a really good entry operator combined with a hard breach, it's just really good. Same with smokes because you can burn ADS and then push in. And with Ying, you burn ADS for your own gadget. A lot of times when you're burning ADS, you're burning it for someone else, so you have to coordinate. Not with Ying. With Ying, you burn and then you burn ADS and then you throw a Candela, and you're in. So it's pretty slick. I wasn't completely convinced about how good Ying was or calling her the best operator in the game until I got this clip that really solidified it in my mind.
One's in bathroom. He's not down or dead. He's 1 HP in bathroom.
Holy f***. That'll put me for.
Now it's time to go over the most important part of the video, which is how I play Ying. And I'm not trying to sound cocky or anything, but I am the best Ying in the world. By far. So you've learned all about the rolling mechanics, the throwing mechanics, the timers, and it's all fine and well. But to be honest with you, I almost exclusively use Ying with the Candelas cooked all the way. And the reason for this is because good players, decent players know by now, after 7 years, that this is the sound a Candela makes when it's coming at you. Loud, like screeching noise of it rolling. And a lot of times they'll run away or take cover, and I don't want them to do that. So what I do is, as many times as possible, I cook the Candela all the way. If there's a guy maybe at that door, I might try to bounce it something like this. And I make sure as it's going off every time that I am running through it as it's going off. In my opinion, this is the best way to use the Candelas, like 75 to 80% of the time. Because then you're blinding people instantly. You're not giving them a heads up with this loud screeching noise. But you can also use the sound of a rolling Candela to make people literally turn around and start running away from you kind of prematurely, like in this clip here.
Small closet.
Okay, so let's say you know there's a guy holding you from this angle right here, like this, and you still have Candelas, so you don't necessarily have to peek him. You can still use your bouncing mechanic to throw it off the wall right in front of him and run up as it's going off. He'll either be blinded or taking cover. I usually use the sound of the Candela going off to cover up me full sprinting as well. Basically, you want to think about when this Candela hits the ground and goes off and I'm full sprinting through, will the guy that I'm trying to get be blinded by it, or will he just be taking cover? You have to always assume that he's just taking cover. Dude, I'm just not letting go of the button. I think the button's like going out. You know there's a guy right here behind this wall? That's how you would do it. The idea is that anybody looking at you will also be looking at your Candela, so therefore trying to kill you means they get blinded. And therein lies your opportunity. Only Warden is going to be able to deal with that. Yes, he will be played more this season with Sense and Glass getting buffs, but honestly, a good Ying can work around Warden because his gadget only lasts so long. You have 4 Candelas and 2 smokes, so it's really not that big a deal. And there's only 1 of him, so there's still 4 other teammates on the board that you can go somewhere else, get away from the Warden, and blind them, kill them, and then win a gunfight against Warden. You have to remember, Ying's gun is really good. It has very low recoil, really high damage, and 81 rounds. So you can do all the pre-firing you'll ever need.
Nice job.
There's only one last really important thing you